that. He did something like this, which is totally, totally different from Eruption, yet still just as incredible. And I think this track is tremendous. I wish it was longer. But it is a quick minute. It's a nice little oasis in the album, so you get a break before we go back to Scorching the Earth. So what do you make of this one?
Well, I know you hear that a lot, Dave. I wish it was longer. That seems to be a common phrase.
Shit, you got me back. God knows I hear it enough.
But anyway, don't worry. I'm sure it'll circle around and come back and get me later.
Oh, of course.
But anyway, I think it's closer to Eruption than you do.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a carbon copy.
Okay.
But I do think there's a lot what he does acoustically that he did do electrically. But I will say that it is a testament to his talent that the guy can just pick up an acoustic guitar and play like that and not be reliant on, technology or tricks or anything like that. Yeah. I mean, it's very obvious the guy can play. It is all too brief, although that's the whole album is all too brief.
Right.
That was almost the genius, though, of Van Halen.
Oh, yeah.
They always had you begging for more.
They still do.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. That's true. That's very true.
Right.
Good point. Good point.
Me too.
My only quibble is that I think this song would have been better placed before Women in Love.
Oh, good point.
I think it just plays better with those together.
Yep.
I hear what you're saying about like all the hard rocking songs are bang, bang, bang together and there's no break. And if you switched Women in Love, no, actually I would leave Women in Love where it is. If you switch Spanish Fly Around with the next song, then all the hard rocking songs are together, which is fine with me.
Okay.
But I mean, we could do, you could quibble about the order of the songs till the cows come home.
Yeah, no, of course.
Everybody has their own thing.
Yeah.
But it is different. It's a nice little touch. There is a Van Halen guitar solo in the album, so they are following the formula.
Right.
And this was almost a last minute addition.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Right, because if Ed is saying he was doing this New Year's in 78,
right.
I mean, that's like weeks after the 6-day period where they had recorded everything.
Yep.
So they must have snuck this one on in at the last minute.
This was a quickie. Yeah, this was a quickie. And I totally agree with you, Dave. I think if you flip-flop that with the next song, which is DOA, and you put it right before Women in Love, it almost has that Little Guitars intro to Little Guitars effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
yep.
It is. I think that would be a nice a 1-2 punch.
Yep. Totally agree. Yeah, that makes sense. And we are on to the next song, which is DOA, and it picks right back up into full rocking mode. This one is a real romp. I love this song. The chunky, thick riff, I love that. And the verses are kind of dark, and the chorus is kind of lets the sun in a little bit with the sweeping background vocals by Ed, Mike, and Dave.
We was broken hungry on a summer day. They sent the sheriff down to try and drive us away. We was sitting ducks for the policeman. They found a dirty-faced kid in a garbage can. Ooh. And I'm alone. I'm on the highway. Whoa, yeah. Dead or alive.
The song is left over from the 1977 demo, but the lyrics were finished and redone. So it just goes to show you that does happen in Van Halen world all the time. This is another underrated Van Halen track that has always been a concert pleaser. This is one I'd like to see them resurrect for the next tour. I love the way it speeds up and has that incredible swagger to it. Roth is all over this song. I mean, he is just, dripping with this song. You could tell he's having a blast with it. He's howling on top of it. This is really just another very Van Halen song. What do you think of this one, Dave?
Oh, yeah, this is probably my second favorite song on the album.
Okay,
and I'm surprised it's not higher on the list of, top Van Halen songs.
Totally.
I mean, I think it's a fan favorite for the diehards.
Right.
But I don't know why it's not high up the list like Ain't Talking About Love, because I think it's up there.
Oh, yeah.
And just as good, if not better, actually, arguably.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, Roth is all over it with, tough guy, dead or alive, and he gets away with it more than, say, John Bon Jovi ever did when he sang the lyrics. Although I will say that is probably Bon Jovi's best song. I would never rip on Bon Jovi for that song.
Right.
Except when it comes to Van Halen singing a song with the same words in it, because they pull it off better. So no offense, John. One of the best pop songs or charting hit songs of the 80s. I'll never take that away from you.
That's right.
And I say that because just in case my sister is listening, right?
What is the chances your sister is listening?
Slim to none, and Slim just walked out the door.
That's right. Yeah.
But anyway, great song. And again, another hard rockin' Van Halen song.
Mm-hmm.
With the acoustic right before it, you're almost in danger of losing the momentum, except that Ed starts with that one chord at the beginning. He almost sounds like he's dangerously off key.
Oh, yeah.
But only in a way they can pull it off. Oh, man, what else can I say about the song? It's just great. Just love it.
Absolutely. So now we're up to Women in Love, and this is an older song that was reworked. And this is also apparently Valerie Bertinelli's favorite Van Halen song. She loves this song, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, she loves this song. And she has noted that in the past. It has a beautiful, pretty guitar opening, reminiscent of little guitars a little bit. This shows Van Halen's versatility for sure. Beautiful vocal vehicle for Dave because it's right in his range where he's sort of doing that talk singing kind of thing and he's got that kind of bluesy sway to it and there's plenty of room for him to be very Roth here. There's a lot of commercial appeal to this song. I thought this could have been a single.
Something more. Seems like loving you is just a crazy dream, but do as you feel. All these dreams you in mind, one more crazy night, but nights always given, so baby we're alone,
Eddie's soloing here is good, but it's not crazy. It's pretty low-key in comparison to his typical stuff. The gears change a little bit, about 3 minutes and 21 seconds. They get a little more rocky, and they build it up as the song gets later. This is not a ballad. It really isn't, but it's the closest thing that this album has to it, the way Little Dreamer was the closest thing to a ballad on Van Halen 1. But it's pretty smooth song. It goes down very silky smooth. So what do you think of Women in Love, Dave?
I think certainly in the beginning of the song it's a little ballady. I could argue with that.
Yeah.
They do slow it down. Interesting that it's Val's favorite song. It could have been a single, except lyrically, it's about Dave's girlfriend wanting to leave him for another woman. So that kind of... when you start thinking about that, I don't know if that's really top 40 material.
Well, it's all hidden in the lyric anyway. I mean,
no, it is. It is. It's kind of subtle. It's only like one line in the song, and I didn't realize that for years. I think I was reading it in a book, and it had to be pointed out to me, and it's just one of those things where you go, oh, yeah. He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, the fact that's Val's favorite song, I would, if I were Ed, I would have followed up with that when I was married to her. But that's just, I digress.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway,
jeez.
But
maybe she was sending him a message.
Maybe well, too late now. I doubt it. In all honesty,
I'm sure.
We can all dream about Val all we want. But it does slow things down a little bit.
At a weird spot in the album.
It does. It kind of slows it up. After all the rocking, it kind of slows it up for me like a little bit too much.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it's not on my top list. When Van Halen kind of slows that down to almost like ballad material, I don't really like those songs, like say as much as you do. Right. They just don't work for me personally.
They brought this back into the set list in 2012. Did that shock you?
No, not really, because they always bring back like a handful of songs. Like, wow, haven't heard that in a while.
Right.
Which I think is really a testament to Wolf. Hey, which songs are we going to do this time?
Right.
That we didn't do last time.
Right.
And there's always a handful of songs like that.
Yep.
So, I like it that it's not the same old set list. So
right.
That's fine. That if they mix it up, even if it's not one of my favorite songs, I'm fine with that. I prefer that than hearing the same old.
And we are on to our last song that closes out the album, Beautiful Girls, which was the second single from the album, which went to number only 84 on the charts. Not too high, but it's a very playful, fun song. This is all David Lee Roth. This is a colorful, playful vocal with killer lyrics that Dave really just did a beautiful job on. This is such a Van Halen song. Huge chorus with Ed and Mike singing in the background.
She had a drink in her hand, she had her toes in the sand. Oh, wow, what a beautiful girl. Ah, yeah. One sweet dark night with a little bit of ice to turn your head around. Bitch from the sea with the looks to me like she liked to fool around. What a snappy little man, we're gonna keep her happy and accompany me to the ends of the earth.
Very fun and poppy. Very often, people will remember this from the SNL skit Schmidt's Gay, which was kind of funny, with Chris Farley and Adam Sandler. It's a very short, 9-second hot solo from Ed. At about 1:58 seconds in, Michael Anthony, huge on the bass and background vocals here. I can't say enough about Michael Anthony on this album. This shows David Lee Roth's humor.
Come here, baby, come here. What's your name, honey? What's your name? Hey, where are you going? I love him. I need him. Can't do without him, no.
Just so Dave, he's chewing up the scenery. These guys are at another level, and it proves that why Van Halen has that edge over all those other bands is because songs like these, the interjection of humor, the blues with the pop mixing in with the background harmonies, it made them stand out from the drudgery of the hard rock community. I love the way the album ends with the kiss and a little giggle of Roth. I think it ends on a high note. This album, in summation, really just shows you the Van Halen formula. The swagger and humor of style of David Lee Roth mixed with the sweet harmonies and syrupy bass lines of Michael Anthony, the masterful guitar of Eddie Van Halen, and the really peppy percussion of Alex Van Halen. That four-prong unit is what makes Van Halen so unique, so different from any other hard rock band. Yes, they can hang with the pop crowd, and they can hang with the hard rock crowd, and they can hang with the heavy metal crowd. They have their foot in all different buckets over here. Michael Anthony, like I said before, he's underrated. His bass lines, his background vocals, listen in the headphones. It's all